because I'm a stud. I'm ballsy. I don't take no shit from anyone. I smoke my stogie anywhere I want. I don't have to find a hideout place like you.
Failure!
Let's do this.
Go!
Released in 1989 by Konami, this game follows our heroes in a half shell as they battle their way through the streets and sewers of New York City to save their friend April O'Neil as usual and thwart the plans of the evil Shredder. The story pretty much begins with April being kidnapped as usual by the Foot Clan, led by the nefarious Shredder, as I said prior. It's up to Leonardo, Michelangelo, Donatello, and Raphael to rescue her and put a stop to the Foot Clan's evil schemes. Along the way, the Turtles face off against iconic villains like Bebop, Rocksteady, and even the Technodrome itself. Each level presents its own challenge in navigating mazes like sewers to dodging deadly traps to the streets of Manhattan. Have fun. First, I want to talk about the sound. Tmnt features a soundtrack that is composed by Jun Funahashi and Kazuhiko Urara. It's a pretty catchy thing. The iconic Tmnt thing gets you pumped up for the action, and each level has its own unique music that sets it apart and sets a lot of the tones for a lot of the levels perfectly. But the sound effects, on the other hand, they're a bit lackluster, but they get the job done. They're also nothing to write home about, but you understand and everything when you play it, if you play it. The game does have a lot of recognizable characters, some that you will recognize off the bat even just looking at it, and with the difficulty being so high in unforgiving platform sections, you probably won't be paying attention to much of it. Most likely just be like, how am I going to survive this situation and get it over with? Trust me, this game will test your patience and perseverance, and it's not afraid to punish you for mistakes, but for those willing to put the time and effort, the sense of accomplishment is undeniable. Now, for an NES game released in 1989, Tmnt delivers some pretty impressive visuals. The character sprites are well detailed, and the environments capture the essence of Tmnt universe. However, there are some issues with flickering and slowdown during intense moments, which can be a bit distracting. But overall, it may not be the prettiest game on the NES. Tmnt's graphics do a decent job of bringing the turtles to life in an 8-bit form. Of course, Tmnt is a action side-scroller, and where you control the 4 turtles, the 4 I've named earlier. I'm not going to keep naming them. I am not a rapper. Each turtle has their own unique weapon and abilities, adding variety to gameplay. However, one of the game's biggest challenge is its difficulty. The level design is notoriously brutal and unforgiving to anybody who doesn't know what's happening, and they all can quickly drain your health. From navigating to the sewers, to battling enemies in the streets, and even the underwater sections, Tmnt throws a variety of obstacles at you, and let's not forget those infamous underwater bomb disarming missions. Oh my goodness, those levels will make you want to rip your hair out, I guarantee it. The controls can feel a bit clunky at times, especially during precision platforming sections, and lack of continues or password means you'll have to start from the beginning each time you run out of lives. Despite its flaws, Tmnt remains a nostalgic favorite for many NES enthusiasts. Its challenging gameplay is, pretty fun sometimes, but moving on. The challenges of TMNT. Where do I even begin? From the infamous underwater levels that's so frustrating that could possibly make you want to murder somebody, to the punishing difficulty spikes throughout the game. TMNT is a test of skill and determination, but despite its flaws, it's certain to charm TMNT fans and keep you coming back for more punishment. And just being able to beat the game, I'm not gonna lie to you, required a lot of save states because I'm not gonna constantly start a game over and over and over every time I die. That's a no bueno for me, man. But like I said, I've had fun, and I genuinely would like to say, and I'll say this in the next section, well, it's definitely a challenging and nostalgic trip down memory lane. And while it may not be perfect, it's a classic example of epic gaming that deserves a place in gaming history. Just be prepared to face some obstacles along the way. Which kind of leads me to the main question I always ask my cousin. How in the hell did you play games like this back in the day without, wanting to uppercut like a goat or something? Like, these games were so hard. And again, without save states, you had to start over from the beginning. From the very beginning. Kind of like how my brother had the same situation with Sonic 2, how he finally got to the last boss and he died and had to start from Emerald Hill Zone. And then there's this game where you could possibly make it to Shredder, all 4 of your turtles die, and you have to start all the way back from the beginning. Kind of makes it hard. But moving on, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.
Approved.
Remember, girl, and lay.
About time we got some grub.
Hey, no cutting!